When a group of Christian parents met first in 1982 to explore setting up a Christian school in the foothill of the Blue Mountains, they had a clear idea of what they wanted: to glorify God and grow children in their relationship with Jesus.
A lot of the excitement as well as we met as a group was looking at how, as in education, we could be more faithful to how God does things in this world. And we sought not just to do what other schools have done, but how we could put Christ in the centre of everything.
Those first families and children who met at the Reformed Church at Blaxland were the pioneers of what would grow to be a vibrant school going forward. There was an overwhelming responsibility in the knowledge that God had given authority to parents to make school a dynamic partnership between home and the staff.
God has worked in this school amazingly from the very first minute, from the very first committee meetings of the steering committee to the times at the church and being able to use that property, and then the acquiring of this property, because that's a story all on its own, and then everything that's happened in the last 30 odd years since then while we've been on this property. We can just see him working through all the new buildings and the children that come and get so much benefit of being at this school and learning so much.
It soon became clear that the church buildings would no longer be large enough for our growing school community. The school began to explore sites in the Nepean Valley. A chance encounter led them to Clancy's Woolshed restaurant.
The school went ahead in leaps and bounds in terms of its growth once we came onto this site. In reflection, one could only say that it was clearly God's hand that was over the whole issue of site for the school. Had a real sense of God's providence already when we initially started the school. It was extremely exciting because we couldn't believe how the Woolshed building was so well suited for the purpose of the school. There's a committee, building committee, and the board especially too, who had been spending a lot of time trying to find a site and just couldn't believe how this site fitted the bill so well and how the finances just came together with the government's assistance and of course the bank and a lot of parents. And yeah, it was a really great time in the growth of the school.
In June 1993, our school moved down the mountains to its current wonderful site. The old restaurant was converted to classrooms with an overwhelming gratitude to God for His never-ending provision. Parents laboured faithfully to see the new school take shape.
We like to say at NCS that we're always on a learning journey. And I think the thing I like to take with me that's really special is it doesn't matter whether you've been here as a staff member, a student, a parent, or just a community member, that you're an important part of the journey, and ultimately that journey is, us striving to glorify God.
As numbers grew, we had commenced a secondary school. In 2014, we added years 11 and 12, and the school continued to flourish. In 2023, we grew to include Puggles, our early learning centre. Our community became filled with the excited laughter of 3- and 4-year-olds. After 40 years, so much has changed. However, so much remains the same. We're still a community driven by a desire to see children grow in the knowledge and love of God. We're still a community that believes that God has given responsibility to parents to raise their children. We're grateful for all our early pioneers, and we celebrate those who are currently part of our beautiful community. But we also look forward with hope for those who are going to take the journey for the next 40 years.